I should probably get one of these, huh? Hey guys, what's up? I got the P30 here. Let me tell you, this is a wonderful gun. I just got it. It's a gun that originally came out as the P3000. It was the next step in the evolution of the P series, or the P2000, P2000 SK series, whatever you want to call it. It has the trigger system from that gun and the slide pretty much that's been slightly worked with, but other than that, it's kind of a new design. The internals are the same as well, but we'll get into that later. The P30 comes in 9mm and 40 variants. I think there was murmurs of a 357 SIG, but I'm not going to go ahead and say that there is one. I think people are just getting barrels made for it. Not 100% sure. Should have looked it up. I'm sorry I let you down. The size and dimensions of this firearm, the overall length is 6.95 inches. The overall height is 5.43 inches. The width is 1.37 inches. The barrel length is 3.85 inches, and the sight radius is 5.85 inches. Build quality. Again, it's an HK. They are what I measure the rest of my guns by. This one too is probably dirty. Oh yes, very. But the fit and finish is wonderful. The actions glide. You see how it just, I'm trying to do this really slow, it's hard to do. They glide. You know what I'm saying? Fit and finish of the frame and the barrel. You know, it's very, this gun also has 600 rounds through it. Well, 700 by now. You can't even tell that it's been shot. You know, there's a very, very, very little bit of wear at the end of the gun. So the quality is fantastic. The finish on the gun, the hostile environment finish, absolutely wonderful. Doesn't really wear hardly ever. Doesn't scratch easily. It's a great gun. Okay, now we get to the part that I hate. The field strip. Now, every other HK, you just really drag back a little bit like that and it'll pop out. This one, you got to get all the way back, like this, to knock that out. Also, you hit the button from the other side there. You knock out the slide lock slide release to the point where this little red thing sticks out and it stays there. Then you pop the slide off. Here's the internals, dirty as shit. I still haven't cleaned this for those of you waiting for the P30 versus Glock 19. Recoil spring assembly. It is captive, can't come apart. And the barrel. Very easy breakdown, super duper easy once you get the slide lock slide release punched out. Reassembly is very easy. Just drop this back in there and get that aligned. Pop it back in. There we go. Good to go. Sorry, hard to do at this angle. Make sure you're on line with the tracks there. Slide it all the way back to East Jesus. There you go. Back together. The P30 with 15 rounds of 124 grain ammunition weighs in at 2 pounds 0.8 ounces. If it was plussed up, 2 pounds 1.2 ounces. Okay. Flush fit magazine capacity is 15 rounds. If you're in a fascist state, it's 10 rounds. If the P30 you are looking at or have is a 40 caliber, it'll be 13 rounds flush fit magazine capacity, or 10 They do not make any other magazine capacities, and I don't know of any other third-party manufacturers making things for this gun. Ergonomics, features, trigger, and sights. You will never, ever, ever find a handgun that feels more comfortable than the P30. I will make that statement. I've held very many guns, including a Walther PPQ, and this gun is perfect. You can change the back strap and the side panels. This has the medium. I picked it up out of the box with the medium and I went, oh my god. It was a sexual experience, let me tell you. It's not even an understatement. I was like, I'm gonna go on it at length about that. But anyways, moving on, so we're not here all day. It comes with, in the case, which I very haphazardly have out of the frame here, all those wonderful little side panels. You have large and small, and medium will come on the gun. You can do any combination you want. It's very easy. Just pop the pin out, change the straps, and fit it to your hand, which is amazing. I know there's other guns out there that'll be like, oh, we have interchangeable back straps and stuff. Not like this, they don't. So, very, very awesome. Just a step above. There's no other way to do it. The magazine release on the P30s is nothing short of amazing. It's much larger than other HKs. It's super easy to actuate, and it makes mag changes super quick. You know, the magazine release being here makes it faster in general, but it's just with this, it's just that much easier, much more contact. This gun is 100% ambidextrous. You can access the decocker with your left thumb. It's a little more of a chore than it is with the right thumb, but it's 100% ambidextrous, so, which is awesome. I really like that. You have front and rear cocking serrations. The sight radius is good for a gun this size. They maximized it to the end of the frame, but there are guns that are this size that have more of a sight radius. But when you're talking the difference between 5.85 inches and say the Glock 19 with a 6.02, it's not that much to make a difference, but I don't know. I still shoot this gun just as accurately, if not better. These sights, or the standard sights that come equipped on this pistol, are the hit it with the flashlight glow in the dark Luminova sights. They're very good when you first hit them with a flashlight, so long as your engagement isn't outside of 15 minutes. Other than that, though, stock for stock versus painted white sights, I would take these all day. And they're stupid bright compared to night sights. Like, they're very, very bright when you first get it. The trigger guard, though it is still large to accommodate a glove, is not as big as other HKs, but this is also considered kind of a compact model, so I'm not really too upset about it. It does come standard with a 1913 Picatinny rail. Good job, HK. Can fit a TLR-1S or a Surefire 300 down there, no problem. And it's a great fitting gun. It's a very balanced gun in your hand, loaded or unloaded. It just feels right. I don't know how to explain it. You're just going to have to pick one up and hold it. Okay, the trigger on this gun gets more criticism than it deserves, but I don't know really how to explain it. It's a very shootable handgun, and to kind of counterbalance what Colion Noir was saying, I don't feel the recoil versus a Glock 19, but we'll get into that in the Glock 19 video. And I really like Colion Noir, so I'm not coming after him at all. In fact, I'm glad he did that review at all. It's wonderful. It's in the description. That said, though, the trigger, the double action trigger, is super heavy, but smooth. It's not. Mine's not really gritty. It's very smooth. It's very heavy when it gets to about here. Starting it off is heavy. It kind of travels lightly until it gets there, and then you really hit that trigger poundage. But nice, smooth, clean break. It's smooth. It's not really gritty or anything that I've had a negative experience with. Honestly, it's smooth enough to not complain about it. It is heavy. It's double action. You know what I'm saying? It's not a revolver double action. So here's my main complaint with the trigger, although I can shoot it very quickly. Contact! There's a lot of pre-travel before the break. A lot. More than the SIG. So I want to say that's damn near, on the bottom of the trigger, that's damn near close to 3/4 of an inch. But once it breaks, very nice light, clean break. And here's the reset. All the way back out. So that's kind of frustrating. If you're a Glock shooter, you're going to hate this trigger. But it's not the worst trigger on the planet, and it's still a very shootable gun. I was worried about it when I saw reviews on this gun and saw what people were saying about the trigger. It's not that bad. If you're a trigger snob, don't even touch this gun. Go away, I don't want to hear you complain. And if you're skilled, you can mag dump like a boss, like my friend Hazmat. But other than that, it's not the best trigger, and it can definitely, the HK P30 could definitely, all the P-series guns could definitely take the trigger group out of the HK 45 or 45C, put it in that gun, and I promise you, everyone would have this gun. If it had just a slightly shorter and better trigger, every single gun owner on the planet would own this firearm. I promise you. Okay, final thoughts. I love this gun. It's a go everywhere, do everything kind of gun. It's definitely that Sentinel gun though. It's great at everything, but a master at nothing. It's not the perfect concealed carry handgun because of the grip length. It's not a perfect range gun because of the barrel and sight radius. It's not the best home defense gun because of those same considerations. But it'll do all those things, and it'll do them very well. It's a very shootable gun. In the words of Master Yoda, this gun's a sweetheart. This is a gun that, if you really like it, you love this gun, and you love going and shooting it, and there's no reason to get rid of it, and it's a great little gun. I don't know how to explain it. It's very well balanced. They got it right. They took their time with it, and they made possibly, you know, I hate to go out on a limb at this point. I did buy the P30L. I got to go pick it up. This would be my fighting 9mm. It balances so well for me. It shoots so well for me. It's just a great little gun. And 15 rounds is fine in a gun this size. It's pretty much maximized. It's great. Absolutely great. The barrel and sight radius is something that I don't like under a 4-inch barrel, but when you're talking a 3.85-inch barrel, you're almost at 4 inches. And the sight radius I usually don't like under 6, but again, it's 5.85. So this is probably the shortest gun I would ever take to a gunfight, but I don't feel outgunned with this. I don't feel like I'm incapable of making clean shots with this. I don't feel like the trigger stops me from doing anything. And between the grip and how it points and everything, this gun is just, it's a great gun. And 700 rounds down the pipe is not a lot to brag about in any regard, but I did it in 2 days. So it holds up to heat cycles. Every time I shoot, I have 13 magazines for this gun. I shoot 13 through it before it goes back on the bench. It gets warm, let me tell you, but the performance from the first shot to the last shot is the same. So this gun is wonderful, very easy to shoot. I would recommend this gun to anybody, honestly, male, female, anybody. This is a great gun. You do have to train around the trigger. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say, you know, you can pick up this gun and shoot it as well as a race gun, but it is definitely a great gun that you can take anywhere, give to anybody, and train them around it. I also like the fact that it doesn't have a safety for if I do conceal carry this gun or I do take it around. 45 is my caliber, but honestly, I will carry this gun. I will probably make an effort to carry this gun, but I'm very happy I bought it. It hasn't let me down at all. I was very nervous about it at first, but let me tell you, if you guys see the trigger reset and you're thinking, man, I don't know, trust me, this gun is great. Not just good, it is great. Not just because I'm an HK guy, and not just because, you know, the HK 45 is my gun and this fits me just like it. This is an amazing firearm. Absolutely amazing. And it'll hold up to whatever punishment you throw at it. It's just a great gun. Definitely go try it out, and I'm betting money you won't be too upset with it. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care, stay safe, and support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America. You know, you don't have to wipe the floor with me that hard, okay?
Yeah, I'm that gun.
I'm gonna.